What was it like seeing Judge, get number 62, and what does that mean for him?
Yeah, it was really amazing. You never know how you're going to react in the moment, and it was just so very cool. I mean, I felt like a little kid, because it wasn't necessarily a no doubter, but you thought he got it. Like you're just kind of, mouth open, and then you see it go, and to see the eruption of the dugout, you don't know how you're going to react. We've been waiting for this and hoping for it, and obviously excited about it. But it was it was special.
Do you think it was weighing on him at all? Could you sense any kind of difference once he had it, and do you think that'll make him maybe relax a little bit going into the postseason?
I mean, I think it was weighing on him. Not heavily, but yeah, I think he was carrying it around, and every day it's kind of madness and this anticipation, and he knows his teammates want to see him get it done, and they're switching out the ball, so so I'm sure on some level that weighs on him. I don't think it was affecting his life or anything, or even affecting his preparation or wearing him down to the point to where I was concerned about him physically or anything like that. Again, I go back to the start of all this. I think he's as equipped to handle it all, and did as well as you possibly can. And I'm certainly glad he got it done, and got himself a day off tomorrow. But what a special thing to witness, to be a small part in, and he makes you feel so a part of it. The post game, toast that we had for him and for Garrett. It just becomes about his teammates. And everyone in that room, I think, feels a small part of it. And that's because of him and how he makes you feel a small part of it, or a big part of it, for that matter. But just an amazing regular season that we just got to have a front row seat at.
Aaron, you kind of just answered it when Judge was in here. He said he was planning to be in there tomorrow.
He was?
Yeah. Did you have that conversation with him and basically say?
When I said that, I actually thought I haven't talked to him yet. So, so we'll cross that bridge tonight, I guess.
Do you see a scenario where you would play him tomorrow?
A scenario, but we'll see.
What would that scenario be?
Well, I kind of got to get with everyone and see who I want to have down, and hopefully Glaber's back in there and things like that.
James, in the back.
It's obvious, but looking back, you said you didn't see it really wear on him. I mean, he maybe it was a tick off on some balls that he would normally hit. You were going to keep playing him. He wanted to keep playing until you got this right. I mean, that was the plan all along. At what point would you have ever been like, Aaron, maybe you need a day off?
Yeah, I probably, at least in a small way, considered one yesterday or one of these today, had he not gotten it, to just, but, I was also, he was going to be a huge part of that decision. And, he was the same guy through all this. Like, if you were just dropped in, you wouldn't have known.
If he doesn't play tomorrow, how would you describe his season in totality?
Just an all-time great season on a short list, I think. I think, in 2022, it's hard to hit. We keep going back. What Kyle Schwarber had, 42, 43 homers. He's at 46? Wow. Nice going, Kyle. I mean, but, and then how many guys got to 30 this year? So in context, to go out and hit 62, now you're flirting with the batting title. Now you're leading the world in runs and every offensive thing you can think of. playing the kind of center field and right field he's played for us all year, been the leader of this team for a division-winning team that he is got big hit after big hit. So I think it's a historically great season and one we'll talk about, when we're long gone too.
Chrissy?
Was there a point, a home run, or a streak that he was on where you thought, yeah, he's going to get that, he's going to get this?
When did he get to 50? That was in Anaheim. It felt like then it could happen. For him to just continue on the frantic pace that he was on there, and he just kept hitting balls out of the ballpark. And then going through that stretch where it seemed like he'd get that kind of one or two pitches a game and still hit one, it was like, I guess you always felt like it was possible. I didn't really find myself getting caught up in thinking all that much about it, frankly. But I think certainly at 50, but maybe even before then, because the questions started coming, I probably thought to myself, oh, yeah, he can do this.
Was there a moment maybe early in the season where you thought he looked more locked in at the plate than maybe you have previously seen in other seasons?
No. I kept marveling at his consistency. And, but as I said a lot throughout the year, I think there were times that I took him for granted. Like I'd come in and after a win and we'd be addressing the team and I'd think, what'd he do? Oh, shoot, he went 1 for 2 with a double and 2 walks. And it was like, I'm thinking to myself, I'd get him tomorrow, So there was just this remarkable level that he was playing at on a consistent basis that was historically great. But I don't think there was any point, because I've always felt that about him, that he's capable of this kind of season, so to speak. He's been a great player ever since I've known him. And again, I think what he's gotten really good at now is processing the information and the experience he's gained from hitting and playing in the league and facing pitchers, and then physically how to, take care of himself, preserve himself throughout the grind of a 162-game season. I think those two things he's gone to another level at.
Aaron, I know you were asked already about whether Judge is playing tomorrow, and we just talked to him on the field and said, you're at 6-2. He goes, I'm not done yet. I want to play. Who knows? Maybe I'll hit a couple tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is that conversation going to be like tonight?
Just frank, we'll have a conversation and see what makes the most sense, and I'll try to lead him in a certain direction. Maybe he'll lead me back in the other direction. We'll see.